Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this third-party figure showcase and review we're going to be looking at the Tiger Wing, but we're not going to look at the entire Menasor figure. We are just going to be concentrating on this guy. Now this is obviously their take of a wildrider figure, however because this transforms it is not licensed by Hasbro or Takara, so they can't use his real name. In fact, they've given him a real good name, to be fair. They've called him Recklessness, which of course is a play on words on wildrider anyway. So in this video we're going to have a detailed look at him in both of his modes. We're also going to have a look at the accessory that comes with him, but I'm going to save the combining mode and the combiner itself for a separate video. If you want to read the description about him, you can read that there by pausing, and I'm just going to pop this gift set up. So as I pop this back, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now please, because it really will help me out. And the other is to thank Show's eStore, because that's where I purchased this from, and as you can see they got him to me quickly and safely. Now the interesting thing about this particular figure is, some of you may or may not have heard about it. To be honest, I don't know too much about it, but the reason why I picked it up was because the gift set itself was very cheap. So putting it into, again, it's going to be different depending on which country that you live in, but the whole entire set was quite a bit considerably less than what the Hasbro Motormaster figure cost by itself, and it's roughly probably about the cost of 2 Magic Square figures, so it was really quite cheap, to be honest. The figure itself though, it did surprise me because it's so cheap. It feels quite weighty, it holds together quite well. Yes, it's very bland, very basic, not much decals, not much detail on it at all, but this is again supposed to represent how the figures looked in the cartoon, in the animation, so it is, you know, quite basic. The wheels are on individual pins, so they roll backwards and forwards, absolutely no issues whatsoever. As I've already said, it all fits together, no problem at all. There is nowhere, to my knowledge, and that I can see the instructions where you can attach the accessories, and unlike the G1 figure, sorry, yes, you can't attach anything to the back. With regards to size of these, they are a bit bigger than your Generation 1, but they are a lot smaller than the Generations figures, so that gives you an idea of how big it is, and that's probably why, for those of you who are aware, that is why they're called third-party legend scale, due to the size. With regards to another, I suppose, deluxe class figure, it's even smaller than this, and this one's quite small, to be honest. As luck would have it, funnily enough, I've got Blackjack from Combiner Wars Menasor, and it's not much bigger than that, in honesty. To be honest, there isn't really much more to say about the alternate mode. He does come packaged in robot mode. You've probably noticed the transformation process I've done already, but we're going to come right back now, and he's going to be in his robot mode. So here he is back in his robot mode, and as I said, you know, I'm quite impressed with this. I think it looks relatively good. I think one of the biggest thing that is impressive with a figure of this size, with the articulation I'm going to show you in a second, is again the lack of gaps. As you see, if I spin it round, there's no real huge gaps, I'd say, present anywhere, to be honest. The head sculpt is brilliant. It is pretty much a carbon copy, just smaller than the Generations, the legacy version, so that's really good. Same as the chest. As I say, the chest is more, yeah, cartoon accurate. It's not like the silver, which is a bit like the toy, which, to be honest, again, it depends on which, I suppose, fandom that you follow the most. But the head, as you can see, will spin around no problem. It doesn't look up and down. Oh, maybe it does actually, slight look up and down as well, but I wasn't expecting that. The arms will go all the way out for the T, obviously they'll go all the way around. You've got a swivel at the top of the bicep, you've got bicep flexion, there is even a wrist swivel. Look, there's no forearm gaps, which is great. This is amazing. There's an ab crunch as well. See that? That's a legitimate ab crunch. That is supposed to be there. It's not for transformation purposes. It is a legitimate ab crunch, which is great. It's got the full waist, completely unrestricted. You've got the legs, which go all the way out to the sides, all the way. No, they don't go all the way. They go all the way back, but they get restricted. Oh no, they don't. They come all the way to the front as well. And then this is where it gets crazy. You've got the swivel at the top of the hip, you've got the knee bend, and a huge amount of ankle tilt, toe tapping, you know, flexion, every single thing, every single movement you can think of. So these, again, some of these legend scale figures, you can tell why they are dubbed as mini masterpiece figures, because it's exactly that. You've got the full articulation of one. There is again the Generation 1 version. I wonder if this guy's going to fit in. And there is, yeah, there you are. That's the legacy version of him. So you can see again just how good it does look compared to it. The gun here is going, I'm going to pop it in the same one as the Generation 1 figure. As I say, it is, the gun's very basic, to be fair, but I'm not too fussed. I imagine most people, including myself, once I've got all the others out and done a review on them, are just going to be putting him in Menasor mode anyway. But it's good. There's the homage to the G1 gun, you can see. it's just, I suppose, a good little bonus that these are as playable as well. You know, I could definitely see people, again, for the price, wanting to buy maybe multiple sets of these, because you can display them so well. So with regards to some other figures that I just seem to have knocking around, there's a G1 Prime. That's a big as compared to him. But I suppose the important ones you want to see if you collect other legend scale figures and you don't want to always pay the prices of New Age. Maybe it's a bit too big for New Age, I'm not too sure. And that's an Iron Factory there as well. So, you know, maybe, I'm not too sure, to be fair. I think they tend to scale quite well. It'll be more interesting to see how they scale when we've got him all built up. That would be more interesting. I was just going to bring in as well very quickly, I suppose, just a core class figure, just to give you an idea, as I say, that these are bigger than your average core class figure but smaller than your average deluxe, and that's the sort of scale that they're coming in at. Let's have a quick look if there's anything else to show you. To be honest, I don't really think there is. As I did say, it is very basic, as in with the details. It's just clever, it's just smart, it folds down neatly, and as I say, I think it looks good. I'm really pleasantly surprised, in honesty, with how this figure looks. So there you go. This is the first one of 6 videos. So I'm going to do all 5 members, then of course we're going to do a Menasor one as well. There you go. Anyway guys, let me know what you think of him in the comments. I'm really pleasantly surprised with him. Take care.